Welcome back to our channel World of Royals, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news.
She couldn't force people to write the stories that she wanted them to write, so therefore she left to get privacy so that she could write the stories in her own perspective.
Voice over Section 1007 to 127. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo, January 2026. The internet is suddenly flooded with brand new yacht photos Meghan Markle believed were buried forever. These aren't recycled images or blurry speculation. These are fresh, never-before-seen photos showing Meghan moving inside elite, private circles she's never publicly explained. And that's what makes this explosive. Sources close to Middle Eastern elite networks are now speaking more openly about her pre-royal years, describing calculated relationship building in Monaco and across the Mediterranean. Not casual vacations, but access to some of the most powerful people on Earth. The timing is impossible to ignore. Just as Meghan attempted a major rebrand through Netflix and lifestyle ventures, someone has chosen to challenge the version of her story she's been telling. The question now isn't just what leaked, but who's holding more. Voice over Section 2, 131 to 245. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. Within hours of the leak, social media erupted. These photos weren't ambiguous. They clearly showed Meghan in ultra-exclusive settings she's never discussed publicly. Private yachts. Recognizable faces from international business and Gulf elite circles. Champagne decks worth tens of millions. This wasn't speculation anymore. These images showed a level of...
Where do you go from here? What do you become after this? You get the picture. Now, this is the reason why many people understand the marriage, shall we say, has hit one of those rocky...
Access critics have questioned for years. How does a struggling actress afford this world? Who opened those doors? Unlike older photos that sparked endless debate, these new images leave little room for denial. They show exactly what many suspected, but could never prove. Voice over Section 3, 327 to 429. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. Here's where the story gets deeper. These photos didn't leak randomly. Multiple sources connected to elite international circles now describe Meghan's yacht years as part of an established networking system. This wasn't casual partying. It was professional relationship building at the highest level. These circles operate on discretion, travel, and carefully curated access. Meghan fit the profile perfectly. Ambitious, relatively unknown, suddenly appearing in environments far beyond her income level. That doesn't happen by accident. Someone facilitated those introductions. Voice over Section 4, 451 to 550. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle plus international elites.
I knew that you wanted to go back to LA and that Canada was always going to be a pit stop. From the very beginning, this woman orchestrated leaving the royal family because all she's ever wanted in her life was to be an A-lister in Hollywood. She did not have the talent to become an A-lister in Hollywood. She was relegated to a D-list actress spot on a show called Suits that nobody in America had seen, but apparently, which Prince Harry lets us know.
What isn't being widely reported is where these photos came from. Sources claim they originated from someone inside those elite circles, someone with documentation and first-hand knowledge of how Meghan built her network. And if someone has already released this much, it raises a bigger question. What else exists? These images show Meghan attending private gatherings where Saudi and Gulf state figures were present. Same yachts, same facilitators, same exclusive locations. Access like that isn't spontaneous. You're invited because someone decides you're valuable to the network. Voice over Section 5, 613 to 701. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. What stands out in the new images is how comfortable Meghan appears. Not like an outsider who got lucky, but like someone who understood exactly how this world worked. Sources now say these weren't one-off encounters. During her yacht years, Meghan built ongoing professional relationships involving repeated travel, elite events, and strict discretion.
Meghan Markle, I think she was 35 or 30 when she came into the royal family. She'd had a life, she was an actress, she'd been married before, so she was pretty much clued up. And I think what's happened is she's come into the royal family and this archaic system has tried to control her and say, you will do this, you will do that, you will not go here.
If these circles are suddenly willing to talk, It suggests something shifted. Someone has decided her past is worth examining. Voice over Section 6, 718 to 826. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. Look closely at the timeline. Between 2008 and 2012, years when Meghan was reportedly struggling financially, these photos place her on luxury yachts in Monaco and the Mediterranean. In 2010 specifically, images show her attending events at the same time Saudi and Gulf elites were gathering in those locations. Same circles, same facilitators. Then, in 2011, she lands suits, not through traditional Hollywood pathways, but through connections no one can clearly explain. By the time she meets Prince Harry in 2016, she's already spent nearly a decade navigating elite power structures. Voice over Section 7.
Meghan is a trained actress. What she does is that she studies people. She's not a good actress, but she is a trained one, right? She's been doing it her entire life. And there is no doubt that she studied Princess Diana. She studied her mannerisms towards Harry when he was a boy and the way that she grabs her face. And this is the psychopathic elements of what she does, putting a pregnancy text next to Princess Diana's hair, saying that she put her hands on the grave to have a conversation with her, bursting into
8:57 to 10:15. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. These leaks feel intentional. Someone waited, right as Meghan tries to rebuild her brand, launching lifestyle products, positioning herself as authentic. Fresh evidence resurfaces. These aren't accidental drops. They're strategic, warning shots. The message seems clear. Your past isn't as buried as you think. And the precision of the timing suggests whoever leaked these photos knows far more than what's been released so far. Voice over Section 8, 1039 to 1214. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. There's another possibility. Someone inside those elite networks may have grown tired of watching history be rewritten. These photos stayed hidden for over a decade. Now they're everywhere.
But once Meghan came on the scene, leaky ship. People were singing like a bird. Why? Because they were Meghan's spies. She was purposely putting that out there. She hired several PR.
That suggests a deliberate choice to reveal what had long been protected. And Meghan's response? Silence. No explanation. No context. Just hope the images fade away. But silence doesn't erase documentation. If these photos were harmless, her team would explain them. Instead, they've said nothing because these images raise questions she doesn't want to answer. Voice over Section 9, 1235 to 1402. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. These photos force real questions. Who funded this lifestyle?
I think she was scared of coming back to this country, and quite rightly, because the people of this country don't like the fact that she's stolen our prince. And she's literally brainwashed him, blinkered him, and tied him down to his California mansion.
How did she gain access to private international gatherings? What exactly did these networking relationships involve? And how did they translate into career advancement? This wasn't casual mingling. These were closed environments designed for influence building. Every invitation required approval. Every presence served a purpose. Voice over Section 10, 1550 to 1712. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle, Solo. The timing couldn't be worse for her rebrand. Meghan is selling authenticity, relatability, self-made success. But these images suggest something else. A carefully built rise through elite networking long before the royal chapter. That doesn't make her unique. Networking is how power works. But it contradicts the narrative she's been presenting. The idea that she rose purely through talent and perseverance doesn't align with what these photos reveal. Voice over Section 11, 1736 to 1844. Recommended characters: Meghan Markle plus international elites. What's especially telling is where these connections come from. Middle Eastern elite circles value discretion above all else. Leaks like this are rare. So if that discretion is suddenly gone. It suggests protection has been withdrawn. Maybe she crossed someone. Maybe her public narrative conflicted with private realities. Or maybe she simply became too controversial to shield. Whatever the reason, something changed. Voice over Section 12, 1925 to 2108. Recommended characters, Meghan Markle, Solo. Here's where this likely goes next. These leaks may only be the beginning. Strategic releases, testing reactions, more photos, more documentation. Meghan now faces a choice. Remain silent and let speculation grow, or address a chapter of her life she's carefully avoided. Either way, the story has shifted. These photos reopen a door she wanted closed, revealing a networking history that complicates the image she's trying to sell today. And as the evidence spreads, her silence speaks louder than any statement ever could.